Welcome to Atlantis Waites Reflections, where we strip away the cosmic fluff and get real about your growth. I'm Atlantis Waites, your straight-talking guide to the stars, and today we are diving into Jupiter's ingress into Cancer. So forget about the astrologers on X hyping this as a fluffy love fest, like it's all lavender candles and warm cookies. Hashtag Jupiter in Cancer is up 20% with that nonsense. I mean, they're out here promising Jupiter in Cancer is gonna wrap you in a cosmic blanket and make life a Pinterest board. Bullshit. This transit's not your mom swooping in to fix your problems. It's a gut check to face your build something solid, and grow tougher. By the end of this video, you'll know how to maximize this year-long transit and forge emotional steel, clear your mental fog, and stand on ground that doesn't crack. Grab a coffee or something stronger, and let's cut through the noise to make Jupiter in Cancer work for you. Atlantis Waites Reflections. So let's start with what Jupiter actually does, without the fairy tale spin. Jupiter is the planet of expansion, but it's not some genie granting wishes. Look at it this way. It's like pouring gas on a fire. Whatever you focus on, good or bad, gets bigger, messier, and louder. This is the Zodiac's reality check, amplifying your dreams, your flaws, or that bad habit you've been ignoring, turning the volume way up. Jupiter rules big picture stuff, truth, learning, pushing past your limits, but it's not gentle. Think of it as a coach yelling, "Level up or get left behind!" It can make you overreach, spending too much, preaching too loud, or chasing pipe dreams. In your own natal chart, Jupiter shows where you hunt for meaning, but also where you might f*** up by going too far. So Jupiter has moved from Gemini's mental chaos into Cancer, where shit gets real, emotional, and grounded. Jupiter in Cancer from June 9th, 2025 to July 30th, 2026 is about expanding what keeps you standing, your emotional core, your roots, and your resilience. Cancer is ruled by the moon, and it actually isn't soft and cuddly. It's raw, like our tide ripping up the shore, exposing what's buried. Cancers will stab you if you don't act right, just like your mom. This transit's about doing the dirty work of healing, not slapping a band-aid on your feelings. On a personal level, expect to wrestle with family baggage, rebuild what home means, or face emotional blind spots head on. It's like clearing a clogged drain. Ugly, but the water flows better after. You might confront old hurts, move to a new place, or finally set boundaries with that toxic cousin. For society, this shifts the focus to what we need to survive: housing, food, mental health support. Look for news about community programs or fights over family values that hit hard. Unlike the greed virus of capitalism, where it's all about profit over people, Jupiter in Cancer rewards building shit that lasts. Think soup kitchens, not stock portfolios. I mean, yeah, you'll see folks on X crying about their ancestry results or starting therapy. That's Cancer's pull, and Jupiter is cranking it to level 11. Your reward through this whole thing isn't a perfect life. It's a tougher you, with a foundation that doesn't buckle when life kicks you in the teeth. So how do you make Jupiter in Cancer work without buying the fluffy hype? So here's 3 real ways to harness this transit for growth. First, tackle one emotional wound. Journal about a family fight or old pain that's still kicking around. It's like pulling a splinter. It hurts like hell, but the relief is worth it. Your reward is a heart that's battle-tested, not brittle. Jupiter may also make this pop up in your life whether you journal or not, so be ready. Second, shore up your base. Take one practical step, save $50, fix a creaky door, book a therapist. This isn't sexy, but it's like reinforcing your house before a storm. You'll feel like you've got your shit together, even if it's just one corner. And third, give without drowning. Never, ever, ever sacrifice your true self for others that do not give a fuck about you. Help a friend or volunteer, but don't let Cancer's emotions make you a doormat. Say, I support, but I'm not your savior. Your reward is a balanced life, like a tree that bends but doesn't break. All right, let's get to the meat, where Jupiter in Cancer hits in your chart. Your rising sign sets your chart's map, and Jupiter's in a specific house for you. If you don't know your rising sign, go to astroseek.com. Plug in your birthday, accurate time, and place. It is your astro blueprint. I'll break down each rising sign, the house Jupiter's in, and what you'll face with some relatable examples. Here we go. Aries rising. Aries, Jupiter's in your 4th house of home and roots. This is like finding your house's foundations rotting. You've got to rip it up to rebuild. Expect family tension or a push to relocate, maybe dealing with your parents' old baggage. For example, you might have a blowout with your sibling over who's responsible for mom, but setting boundaries clears the air. Your reward from this whole thing is going to be an emotional base like concrete, unshakable. Try cutting one toxic family tie. You'll feel like you've reclaimed your space. Taurus rising. Jupiter's in your 3rd house of communication. Think of it as rewiring a busted phone line. Your words need to hit, not fizzle. Expect deep talks with friends or an urge to write something raw, but don't ramble. For example, telling your best friend they hurt you could rebuild trust, not just patch it. Your reward is a voice like a sledgehammer, breaking through noise. Try sending one honest text. You'll feel like you've spoken your truth. Gemini rising. Jupiter's in your 2nd house of self-worth and cash. This is like finding your bank accounts overdrawn. Time to value yourself, not just your wallet. Expect chances to earn more or boost confidence, but don't blow it on comfort buys. For example, asking for a freelance gig's fair rate could make you feel like a boss. Your reward is self-worth like steel, not sand. Try listing 3 skills you nail. You'll stand prouder. Cancer rising. Jupiter's in your 1st house of self. This is like stripping paint off a wall to show the brick. You're forced to be the real you. Expect people to see your emotional rawness, but don't let their demands drown you. For example, owning your feelings in a work meeting could earn respect, not pity. Your reward for this whole environment is a self-image like bedrock, unmovable. Try saying no once. You'll feel like a goddamn warrior. Leo rising. Jupiter's in your 12th house of the subconscious. It's like digging through a basement of old junk. Fears and dreams you've ignored are surfacing. Expect vivid dreams or old traumas to hit. Face them with a journal or therapist. For example, writing about a childhood betrayal could free up mental space. Your reward is inner strength like a hidden fortress. Try a meditation session. You'll feel sharper and not so spacey. Virgo rising. Jupiter's in your 11th house of friends and goals. This is like joining a crew who's not just talk, real allies who share your grind. Expect new connections or group efforts, but don't fix everyone's problems. For example, planning a community fundraiser could cement a bond with a mentor. Your reward is a tribe like a brick wall, not a fence with holes. Try texting one friend with a real ask. You'll feel supported if they are for real. All right, Libra rising. Jupiter is in your 10th house of career. Think of it as a spotlight on your work. Your heart-led hustle can stand out, but keep it legit. Expect a chance to lead or pivot, but don't kiss ass to get there. For example, proposing a project with real passion could land you a raise. Your reward is a career like a skyscraper, built to last. Try pitching one bold idea. You'll feel like a trailblazer. All right, Scorpio rising. Jupiter's in your 9th house of wisdom. This is like a trek through the jungle to find truth. Hard, but worth it. Expect a pull to study some deep shit, maybe consciousness or history, or travel with grit. For example, reading about ancient rituals could reframe your life's purpose. Your reward in this transit is a mind like a blade, cutting through lies. Try one new book. You'll feel like you've awakened something. Sagittarius rising. Jupiter is in your 8th house of transformation. It's like gutting a car engine to make it run better. Deep change is messy but powerful. Expect emotional shakeups or shared money issues like splitting debts. For example, facing a partner's secret could rebuild or end trust. Your reward is control over your shadows, like owning the night. Try journaling one deep fear. You'll feel like you've won a fight. Capricorn rising. Jupiter's in your 7th house of relationships. This is like renegotiating a deal. Your partnerships need to hold weight, not drag you. Expect stronger bonds or new allies, but don't let guilt keep you tethered. For example, calling out a friend's flake could reset the dynamic. Your reward is relationships like iron, not string. So try one honest conversation. You'll feel really solid. Aquarius rising. Jupiter is in your 6th house of health and work. Think of it as tuning a machine. Your daily grind needs to function, not just look good. Expect chances to fix routines or health, but skip the fad diets. For example, starting a simple walk routine could clear your head. And your reward in this transit is a life like a tight ship, not a leaky boat. Try one small habit change. You'll feel like you're in charge. Pisces rising. Jupiter's in your 5th house of creativity and joy. This is like forging a sword. Create something raw, not pretty, for likes. Expect urges to make art or play, but keep it real, not performative. For example, writing a song about your struggles could heal a wound. And your reward in this transit is joy like wildfire, fierce and free. Try one creative project. You'll feel so alive. All right, that's the raw truth on Jupiter and Cancer. No matter your rising sign, this transit's about facing the hard stuff, building a real foundation, and coming out stronger. Your reward is a tougher you, with roots that don't snap and a heart that doesn't flinch. Check your rising sign at astroseek.com if you're unsure, and let Jupiter push you to grow for real. So we are done here, standing firm under Jupiter and Cancer's no-nonsense sky. I hope this episode hit like a wake-up call with real talk. All right, so you should come out of this with a sharper mind, a stronger heart, and a life you've earned, not wished for. If you're already fighting with your landlord or digging into therapy, that's Jupiter doing its job. No fairy tales needed. Share this with a friend who's ready for truth, not hype. And maybe they're a Cancer rising, about to own their shit. Post it on X with hashtag Atlantis Waites and hashtag Jupiter and Cancer, and let's grow a tribe that doesn't bullshit. Subscribe for more episodes. Straight up wisdom, no chaser. Until then, keep it real, and may the stars keep you grounded. I'll see you next time. Thank you for joining me for today's episode. To connect with me further, check out AtlantisWaites.com.